All right, so we are talking about an interesting subject today. I've seen a few rumors that I don't actually think that they're going to happen.
You got to be careful about rumors.
Yeah, you're right. But supposedly, some people are starting to say that they may actually kill Rick and have Negan take the lead of the show. But before we get into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button for more Walking Dead content and more just content in general. We've got some really cool things planned that we really want to start like this month. So lots of fun things happening on this channel.
Really?
Yeah, yep. But in the meantime, Matt, how do you think that would work? A Walking Dead without Rick? Do you think that it would work?
No. Nope.
Like not at all. You seem pretty passionate.
I don't even want to. Just for the no, I don't think it would. Like I don't even want to humor the idea. But there's no way. Like Negan being the.
He would have a lot of redeeming to do before I feel that like viewers would be cool with him in the driver's seat.
It's a different show. It's a spin-off show. Don't do that in The Walking Dead. Make that like a different, like the Fear the Walking Dead.
Give Negan his own show, right?
Here's Negan, that kind of thing.
Because a lot of people, the reasons why they say this is because they say that with killing Carl that, like kind of, which I still think Rick has a purpose. He's got a lot of people to keep safe. He's got another kid and, he's got Michonne, which Michonne can keep herself safe. But I'm just saying he, wants to be there. But JP, do you think that it would work if they did that? Do you think?
I can't think of one single show that's recast a lead and not just faltered off afterwards.
So it'd be kind of them jumping the shark.
Yeah, 2.5 Men. It go like 2 seasons after?
It just wasn't the same.
Limped along.
You get viewers so comfortable with like a lead, for so long, and then you just take it away. It's just never the same. It probably wouldn't even feel like the same show. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people are just saying that Andrew Lincoln's expressed a lot of interest in leaving the show and. It kind of, unless they were going to recast Rick completely, which I still,
even weirder.
I don't. It's like, get out of here, Matthew.
Well, they did it on Bewitched. Just find their Dick Sargent,
and no one noticed.
Yeah, no one noticed.
I think it'll be a little bit different on this. We'd be like, what? Previously on The Walking Dead. That's not Rick.
That's not Rick at all.
Or like they would show Rick, but then come back to the new actor, and you're like, wait a minute.
So what if they put the new actor in the place of like previously on? It was doing the exact same thing, but it was the previous actor. I don't like it.
But what are some reasons why you think that it would not work? Like, do you think? All right, so is it mainly just because how comfortable the viewers have gotten with Rick in the lead? Because we all love Negan. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is awesome in that role, and he's so. Our complaint has been that we wish that there was more Negan on screen. So, what are the reasons why both of you think that it would just fail if they went that route? Which, if you're just like kind of half listening. Let me reiterate. I don't know about. I can't speak for these two. I don't think that that's going to happen. I think when Rick dies, they'll end the show. If he dies, but maybe we're just kind of speaking in hypotheticals.
Yeah, here. Chances are he's just bargaining for a better contract or something. A lot of times that's the case. But I think the story would be too convoluted.
We've been invested in Rick's story for 8 seasons. They're not going to all of a sudden bring it to an end and then just be like, hey, here's a new person.
I like that they try. I think sometimes that The Walking Dead thinks that they're on like the Game of Thrones playing field of writing, and it's like you're not. Like Game of Thrones is one of those shows that can successfully say, hey, we don't really have any main characters like that are like the number one main character. We've got a lot of different main characters, but like if you kill Daenerys, it's like, oh, that would suck, but you've still got so many other characters that they masterfully have gotten you invested in that there's enough to carry the show after losing. So, The Walking Dead, I remember a while back, they're like, there are no main characters. Like, Rick, nobody's safe. It's like, no, Rick is the main character of this story, in my mind anyways.
Yeah, but let's say in some people's eyes how the show is on a decline. Right. If it weren't going to, right itself, that would be a good way to just totally go down in flames, just, make Negan the lead character and
for maybe one season.
Well, I would say like if you were going to end the show, like kind of pull like the 6 Feet Under thing. Spoiler alert! If you not watched it, I'm about to give like the biggest spoiler on the show. 3, 2, 1. Kill off like your main character like an episode or two before the end. You know what I'm saying? So like if Rick dies and then you have to have Negan in the lead kind of for the last few episodes. That's one thing, but I would just love Rick to be popping up kind of like a ghost. To Negan.
If they killed Rick off, I don't think they would need to replace, if they only win a few more episodes, like maybe a half a season. Because you could spend that last half a season focusing on how Rick's death affects everyone. And then how they deal with it from then on.
I saw a write-up on Reddit of the perfect way to end The Walking Dead, and it's so like hauntingly beautiful. So check this out. I know this isn't that you just were talking about because a lot of people are speculating that The Walking Dead's kind of reaching its end, that only a season or 2 left max, and they're going to have to end up like canning it. But one person that wrote on Reddit that a great way to end it would be like to kind of go aerial and just like do a flyby of all of the locations, like show the prison in ruins.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Fly by like the camp, and you might see just like a half ripped like tent sitting there.
Are you saying like them being evacuated or just kind of
like
the camera just flying over?
The camera is just like kind of doing a flyover of all the location. Yeah, like start at the rock quarry or whatever, and then make your way to like the CDC, and then with like some sad music playing. That would be, but it would be hard because they're actually using the prison is now the sanctuary, so it'd be really hard for them. They have to completely rebuild the prison. But with CGI, it's not out of the realm of possibility they couldn't do it. But
you're talking about on the show,
yeah,
like the set wise, they turned the prison.
They took the prison and turned it into the sanctuary.
I didn't know that. Cool.
So
movie magic, TV magic, whatever it is.
But yeah, the reason why we're doing this podcast is I've seen, I think I saw it on comicbook.com maybe, or some site had brought the idea up, and then people were commenting, and some people really believe that they're going to kill off Rick and give the lead to Negan. And I'm like, there's some of the dumb moves that they've made in the writing. I don't think this would be one of them. I think even they know, okay, we can't do that.
Yeah, but if I can have just one last word on that whole, I don't think it's too late to right the ship. I think it could go for a lot longer with the right direction.
Right.
A fish rots from the head down, so we need a new fish head.
So you're saying you don't think The Walking Dead's going to end soon?
I don't think it has to.
The early bird catches
I agree.
the worm.
I think that they could definitely stretch it out if they. Well, no, I don't want to say stretch it out. Stretch it out will kind of imply that they're just making it last as long as they can. A lot of people calling for Scott Gimple to be fired. Even if they don't fire him, I'm sure that they're going to step back and kind of reevaluate their writing.
With the right captain at the helm, I think it can be saved. I don't think it's gotten to the point of termination.
Right. I think a lot of it is just angry reactions to Carl's death. A lot of people are.
But that does speak volumes about the fact that people are still that passionate about a show that you kill off a character and people are all over
this show, the way they try to make it seem like it's just, because I had so many people I talk to will be like, I don't even watch it. It's almost like they say it like pridefully. I don't watch that show anymore. It sucks now. But it's like, well, apparently it doesn't suck as bad. I mean, when you still got people calling for someone to be fired over writing a character off. So there are still a lot of very passionate fans out there. I still love the show. I mean, I can agree that I do think they should maybe consider some writing changes, but at the end of the day, I don't think that there's any way the show would go on without Rick.
No. I agree with you.
And someone was like, they could give it to Michonne, and it's like, that'd be cool, and I really like Michonne, but I just don't think we started with Rick from the very beginning. We started with Rick. We've been like with Rick, though. It's pretty much been Rick's story with other people. And so I don't think it would work.
It'd be like when Eric Foreman left that 70s show.
Right.
Who wants to watch
season,
it?
With that weird blonde replacement guy.
Yeah. Did you even finish watching the series?
No.
I didn't.
Well, it was on FX the other day, like a rerun. I turned it immediately. Didn't they do that with the Brady Bunch or something? They brought in like Cousin Oliver or something. Was that?
Oh, man, I think I've read about that.
Yeah.
It's never worked in any kind of show. I can't think of a show. If you could think of a show where they replace the main character, not like a Sam and Diane thing on Cheers.
No.
Right. But I can't think of a show where they've done that and it worked out for more than a season or two. Steve Carell on The Office lasted 2 seasons.
I just got done rewatching that whole thing, and it's like I was telling my friend, I was like, I like the last season or so, but it's not the same without.
It is literally my all-time favorite show. That's the only reason I have a Netflix subscription is because of The Office. But it is a very different show when Steve Carell leaves.
Right. And I was like, you never realized how much he was the glue that kind of held that show together until you lost him.
Look at Scrubs. They all the main characters left, and they made it like another show or a continuation, but it's like Scrubs.
I knew it went to ABC, but I didn't realize they recast that much. They
let's do this question before we leave. One more question, okay? So all right. We know that it's not going to work, but let's just fantasize here and say I'm going to give you each one of us will go starting with Matt.
In the Bahamas.
I would love to be at the beach of the Bahamas with a strong drink in my hand, some whiskey. All right, so Matt. Okay, all right, Rick's gone.
Okay,
you're tasked with writing the show, right?
Mourn.
So you now have to pick someone to lead the show.
Oh, dear God.
Even if we don't think it's going to work, who is your number one pick past Rick that could lead?
Pick past Rick. Well, because you guys talked about the comic book, I don't want to ruin anything. From what you told me about the comic book, there's a certain character that I really would like to see evolve. That's happened in the comic books. Maybe Maggie.
Okay.
Let's see where she goes.
Maggie's story, and maybe she'd be who your pick for the lead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
JP.
Oh boy. Ezekiel. He can do it.
Maybe his trying to climb back to.
Yeah, and Carol kind of being the brains behind the throne, so to speak.
Okay.
They'd be a power couple. I think they could do it.
Okay.
My choice would originally, if Carl was going to survive, would be Michonne, because I love the Michonne-Carl dynamic, and I'm really sad to see that go. But I don't know. Michonne would probably be one of my picks. But then again, I just feel like after losing Rick and Carl, Michonne would probably be more prone to go back on her own and just
That's what I would think, yeah.
And so, it would be cool, but, you watch the show for that kind of group aspect. So that's why I'm not going to pick Michonne. Though, again, if like Carl was going to stay alive, which then again, I'm sure she'll watch after Judith because she's very motherly with both the kids. But Michonne would be my pick, but being Carl's going to die and... it's like, spoiler alert, Carl's going to die? Oh, my God, what? Man, that is a really... If Glenn was still alive, I would actually say Glenn, but he's no longer with us either. Every time I think of someone, they're like, Daryl, definitely not.
No, too unstable.
I don't know. That would be... I asked the question, and now I can't answer it. I'm just still going to still going to stick with Michonne. I'm just going to stick with Michonne, just because that's like my, of course, Rick's
maybe
my number
see
one.
Michonne on her own kind of thing, like a road warrior.
Yeah.
And then maybe flash back to the group every now and then. Maybe they meet up every once in a while.
Yeah, maybe
she starts her own settlement. Maybe,
right.
Maybe she runs into characters from, I can see that.
Yeah, I think I'll have to go with Michonne there. So you said Maggie, and you said Ezekiel
and Carol.
Ezekiel with a side of Carol. I get it.
Yeah, I think it'd be equal parts Ezekiel and Carol.
Okay.
Some of them good old acorn cookies.
Good answers. But yeah, so long story short, I really think, and in my opinion doesn't mean much, but I don't think it's something any Walking Dead fans have to worry about Rick dying and them turning the show over to someone else as a lead. I think that if Rick dies, then if not that episode, a few episodes later, it's going to be the end of the show. So, but yeah, so if you've heard anything on this or any speculation, please put it in the comments section. Again, make sure to subscribe for more Walking Dead and just other content. I'm trying to get JP down for another installment of JP Plays. I want to try to get that going because
it's exciting.
If you don't know JP does not play video games past like the N64.
Yeah, that was my last
What's
system.
the point?
So to have him actually playing things like Outlast, Resident Evil 7, like some of these jump scare games would just be pure magic.
Yeah, man, we only need one joystick on a controller. Once they started adding two of them.
Yeah.
You go back now, try to play the N64 controller, and it's it
is weird. Whatever happened to Z buttons? I miss those. Little up and down yellow buttons and left and right yellow, whatever.
A little turtle following you around as the camera. But
Rumble
yeah, so
packs,
make sure to hit the
simpler days.
subscribe button, like the video, and we love feedback. So throw yours under there.
I'm serious. Tell me a show. Give me one show where the lead character has left and then it lasted more than 2 seasons.
Yeah, right. And was quality. Like you felt after that lead character was gone, it was still, it had the same, it was still just as good of a show.
You can't. Challenge.
I can't think of one.
X-Files is another example. David Duchovny left, maybe 2 seasons with the T-1000 guy, Robert Patrick?
Oh, Robert Patrick was on there for a few seasons. But then David Duchovny came back.
Yeah, for like the revamp. Well, I think he did come back during the original run. Yeah, he did,
the last season, I think he came back.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We'll have some more. Our mics are fixed. We had mic issues.
What was wrong? What happened?
It's too much to explain on a podcast.
It wasn't as simple as
kind of just needed a new cable.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't just about plugging and unplugging. You had to actually get in there.
Get in the board.
Get in there.
But yeah, so we'll have a new podcast Monday.
Oh.
I'm not sure exactly what that's going to be about right now, but every day new Walking Dead stories develop. We've been wanting to podcast about this one for a while, so I've kind of lost some of the steam on it that I had like 2 weeks ago when we first read about it, but it's been a long couple of holiday weeks, but we hope to...
it's all over. That's so crazy. That went by quick.
Yes, it did. And now only... a couple more months till Christmas again.
A friend told me the other day, it's not about what you do between Christmas and New Year's, it's what you do between New Year's and Christmas.
Oh, my word. That's profound.
Isn't it?
Summer's my season, so I do a lot.
He's kind of an idiot, so I was very surprised.
Huh. Wait a minute.
He's
I'm the one who told you that.
Were you? Well, have a great year, everyone.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. I'm Justin.
I'm Matt.
And JP.
Oh.